Florida.
Speaker, I yield 2 minutes to my distinguished friend from California, Mr. Campbell.
Gentleman recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the gentleman for yielding. You know, I could talk about a lot of bad things about this tax and this bill. I could talk about how inefficient it is, how it costs almost as much to collect as it raises in revenue. I could talk about how most of the income that would be taxed here, most of the wealth that would be taxed here, has already been taxed once. I could talk about the morality of saying that in this country, some people are allowed to leave the fruits of a lifetime of work to their children, and other people are not allowed to leave the fruits of their lifetime of work to their children. But there's two other things I want to emphasize in this short time here this morning. And one is that the one thing we need more than anything else in this country right now are jobs. And this bill will kill jobs. Why? Because when people are subject to this tax, they spend all their time and effort and money. And as a CPA who worked on this at one time, I've seen it up front and close and personal, reducing the value of their wealth so they can reduce the tax. That does not create jobs. Without this tax, if the tax were eliminated, those people would continue to be employing that wealth in income-producing efforts, in the sorts of things that create jobs. But also, this particular bill that's before us today is not indexed for inflation. Now, let's see. What else, other tax do we have that's not indexed for inflation? Oh, yeah, the alternative minimum tax, which when that was passed, this House was told, well, it's only going to tax 139 taxpayers. Don't you worry about it. It's just to get the very wealthy, just the really bad people. But now, because it's not indexed for inflation, that tax now, instead of 139 people, hits 25 million people. And this death tax, not indexed for inflation, will do exactly the same thing, particularly when the inflation that the Obama administration is heading us toward comes together. This is a bad bill. Defeat it.
Gentleman yields back his time.